Who is Elon Musk? Before the world knew his name, before the headlines called him a genius, before the billion-dollar companies and Mars-sized dreams, there was just a boy. A quiet, curious boy growing up in South Africa, who loved books more than sports, who often got lost in his own mind. His name was Elon Musk. He didn't come from money. He didn't fit in. But he had one thing that made him different: he never stopped asking questions. He wanted to know how things worked. He took apart computers. He taught himself to code. He sold his first software game at 12 years old. While others were just getting by, he was imagining new worlds. This video isn't just about how much money Elon Musk has. Yes, he is one of the richest people on Earth, but that's only part of the story. What matters more is how he got there. He didn't follow a normal path. He failed. He risked everything. He worked harder than most people could imagine. He built rockets that exploded. He bet all his money on electric cars when people laughed at the idea. But he kept going. He believed. He pushed through fear and failure to create something new. In this video, you'll learn how he became rich and why it's not just luck. You'll understand what makes him different and what lessons we can take from his story. Most importantly, you'll discover what you can do to think bigger, try harder, and build your own success even if you're starting small. So don't click away. Stay with me until the end, because by the time we're done, you won't just know how rich Elon Musk is, you'll know what it takes to build something incredible. And maybe, just maybe, you'll feel ready to start your own journey, too. Chapter 1: How rich is Elon Musk? When people hear the name Elon Musk, the first thing they think of is money, lots of it. And it's true. Elon Musk is one of the richest people alive today. His net worth has gone up and down, sometimes by billions in a single day. One week, he might be the richest man in the world. The next, he's number 2. But even when the numbers shift, one thing is clear: Elon Musk is in a league of his own. His wealth isn't just massive, it's mind-blowing. At his peak, his fortune was more than the GDP of entire countries like Ukraine, Kenya, or Iceland. More than many celebrities, athletes, and CEOs combined. But money is just one part of the story. You see, Elon Musk didn't become rich just by chasing dollars. He became rich by solving problems. Real problems. Problems like, how do we reduce carbon emissions, or can humans live on Mars, or even, why are our cities stuck in traffic all day? He asked big questions. He followed wild ideas. And then, unlike most dreamers, he acted. That's where the real value lies, in the action. In the work. In the risks. Because behind every dollar Elon Musk owns, there's a story of bold vision and relentless effort. Most billionaires made their money in one industry. Maybe tech. Maybe real estate. Maybe oil. But Musk? He built rockets with SpaceX, electric cars with Tesla, and revolutionized online payments with PayPal. He created solar energy companies, launched Starlink satellites for global internet, and even started building tunnels underground to beat traffic. He didn't stop. He still doesn't. He reinvests his money back into his companies, often risking everything. In fact, at one point, he put all his money from the PayPal sale into Tesla and SpaceX. He had to borrow money just to pay rent. That's not just rich, that's fearless. But here's the secret most people miss: Elon Musk's greatest wealth isn't in his bank account. It's in his brain. His ideas are what make him rich. His ability to see what others don't. To imagine the impossible and then try to build it even when it fails the first time. That mindset is worth more than gold. Because it's not the money that creates power, it's the mindset that creates money. Musk doesn't wait for the perfect moment. He moves fast. He learns fast. He makes mistakes and keeps going. So when people ask, how rich is Elon Musk, they might expect a number. $200 billion? $250 billion? It depends on the day. But the real answer is this: Elon Musk is rich in vision, rich in risk, rich in work ethic, rich in ideas that change the world. And that's the kind of wealth that doesn't just grow in a bank, it grows in people. It grows in those who dare to think differently. And that's where you come in. Because this chapter isn't just about admiring Musk's wealth, it's about understanding it, learning from it. You may not have $1 billion. You may not want to go to Mars. But if you have one idea, one goal, one dream, and you act on it, that's where your wealth begins. Stay with me, because in the next chapter, we'll dive deeper. Not just into how Musk made his money, but why he made it, and how he keeps building more. The answer might surprise you. And it might just change the way you think about success forever. Chapter 2: The Power of Building. Elon Musk didn't win the lottery. He didn't stumble into success by accident. He didn't just invest early in something and sit back while his money grew. No, Elon Musk built things. He created things. He made something out of nothing, again and again. That is where the real power lies, not in having, but in building. In starting from an idea and turning it into a reality that millions of people use, admire, and rely on. Musk didn't wait for opportunities, he created them. Let's go back. One of his first big successes was PayPal. It started as a simple idea: sending money online should be easy. Back then, the internet was still young. Most people were nervous about buying anything online, let alone sending cash to a stranger. But Musk and his team believed that online payments could be fast, safe, and global. They built the technology, tested it, improved it, and slowly, people started to use it. Then eBay came along and bought PayPal for $1. $5 billion. Elon could have stopped there. He could have retired rich. But that wasn't enough. Because he wasn't in love with money. He was in love with building. Next came Tesla. At the time, electric cars were a joke. People thought they were slow, boring, and expensive. Car companies didn't want to change. But Musk saw a problem: gas cars pollute the air, and we only have one Earth. So he decided to build a car that could change everything. Everyone laughed. Even experts said it would fail. He didn't care. He started with a small team, worked long hours, slept in the factory, and kept building. Tesla's first car was expensive and had problems, but Musk didn't quit. Over time, Tesla got better. Faster. Cheaper. Smarter. Now, Tesla isn't just a car company. It's a symbol of what's possible when you dare to build. But he didn't stop with cars. No, Musk looked up, literally. He looked at the sky and asked, why don't we go to space more often? Rockets were expensive. Space travel was slow and rare. Only governments could do it. So, Musk started SpaceX, a private company that could build rockets better and cheaper. Again, people said he was crazy. His first rockets failed. They exploded. People laughed. But he kept going. He didn't give up. On the fourth try, the rocket launched and didn't crash. That one success changed everything. Today, SpaceX sends satellites into orbit, takes astronauts to space, and is working on a plan to go to Mars. All of these companies, PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, were born from the same thing: a builder's mindset. Musk didn't wait for the world to change. He changed it himself. He found problems and he solved them. But not with magic. With work. With teams. With time. With failure. With improvement. And each time he solved a problem, the world rewarded him. With attention. With money. With more chances to build again. That's the secret no one talks about. Musk didn't get rich because he wanted money. He got rich because he focused on value. Real value. Useful value. The kind of value that makes life easier, cleaner, faster, smarter. The kind of value that solves problems and helps people. When you do that, when you build, people pay attention. And some of them will pay you for it. So what can you learn from Elon Musk? You may not want to build rockets. You may not have millions of dollars. But if you can learn to think like a builder, to look for problems, to work on solutions, to create something new, then you are already on the path to your own kind of success. Because the real power is in creating. In acting. In building something from your own mind and your own hands. Elon Musk's story isn't a story of luck. It's a story of vision, action, and persistence. And here's the best part, you don't need to be a genius to start. You just need the courage to build. To try. To keep going, even when it's hard. That's how Musk did it, and it's how you can do it too. In the next chapter, we'll look even deeper into how he chooses which problems to solve and what that can teach you about finding your purpose, your passion, and your own path to wealth. Chapter 3, He Never Stops Learning. Elon Musk is a billionaire. He could buy anything. He could live anywhere. He could sit back and relax for the rest of his life. But he doesn't. Instead, he keeps learning every single day. He reads books, studies new fields, listens to experts, and asks deep questions. Why? Because he knows something that many people forget: learning is the real engine behind success. Not money. Not fame. Not luck. Learning, constant, hungry, unstoppable learning, is the fuel that powers his mind, his companies, and his vision. As a child in South Africa, Elon Musk read constantly. He didn't just read for fun, he read to understand the world. By the time he was 9, he had finished the entire Encyclopedia Britannica. He didn't stop there. He read science fiction, physics books, computer manuals, anything he could get his hands on. When he wanted to learn programming, he didn't wait for a teacher. He picked up a manual, studied it, and taught himself to code by age 12. He sold his first video game that same year. That love for learning never left him. As an adult, Musk dives deep into topics like physics, artificial intelligence, rocket science, battery design, economics, and transportation systems. He doesn't just sit in meetings and nod his head. He reads scientific papers. He challenges experts. He asks why again and again until he truly understands. That's how he's able to lead companies in such complex industries, not by pretending to know everything, but by being brave enough to keep learning what he doesn't know. He builds confidence through knowledge. When he started SpaceX, he had no background in aerospace engineering. But he wanted to build rockets. Instead of hiring someone and staying on the sidelines, he picked up college-level textbooks on physics and propulsion. He studied rocket design. He read manuals used by NASA. He learned how engines work, how materials burn, how to escape Earth's gravity. Over time, he became one of the most knowledgeable people in the room, not because of a degree, but because of effort. That's the difference. He chooses to grow. Even today, when Musk is busy running Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and other projects, he still makes time to learn. He listens carefully. He reads deeply. He doesn't assume he's the smartest person, he works to become smarter. That mindset is rare. Many people stop learning after school. They think they know enough. But Musk understands that the world is always changing, and if you stop learning, you fall behind. If you keep learning, you stay ahead. Musk has said that he uses a first principles way of thinking. That means he breaks things down to the most basic truths, like a scientist. He asks, what do we really know for sure, and what is possible if we start from zero? This helps him see things in a new way. Not just what is, but what could be. He learned this approach by studying physics and logic. It's not magic, it's deep learning, applied with purpose. But learning for Musk isn't just about books or facts. It's about curiosity. It's about asking better questions. He wants to understand how the universe works, how life began, how technology can help humans thrive. He believes that knowledge is power, not the kind of power that controls people, but the kind that frees people. That kind of power changes the world. So what does this mean for you? You may not build rockets. You may not run a car company. But you can learn like Musk. You can read books instead of scrolling through endless videos. You can ask questions instead of pretending to know. You can study things that matter to you: business, science, languages, health, history. You can grow your mind. And when you do that, everything in your life starts to improve. You solve problems better. You think faster. You dream bigger. Learning opens doors, all kinds of doors. Musk shows us that it's not enough to be smart once. You have to stay smart by working on your brain, just like you work on your body. It's not always easy. It takes time. It takes focus. But if you're willing to learn, truly learn, you're already halfway to success. Because learning gives you tools. It gives you vision. It gives you the power to create, lead, and grow. So, the next time you see Elon Musk launch a rocket or reveal a new invention, remember that success came from learning. From sitting down with a book. From listening carefully. From thinking deeply. From asking hard questions and never settling for shallow answers. In the next chapter, we'll explore how Elon Musk takes these ideas and turns them into world-changing businesses. Learning is the beginning, but doing is the next step. Let's find out how he does it. Chapter 4: He solves big problems. Elon Musk doesn't sell snacks, toys, or t-shirts. He doesn't make things just to make money. He solves problems, big, difficult, world-sized problems. He looks at what's broken in the world and asks, how can we fix it? While others play it safe, Musk dares to think huge. That's how he became one of the richest people in history, not by chasing small profits, but by solving global challenges. He doesn't just run businesses. He builds the future. One of the biggest problems Musk wanted to solve was pollution. Cars with gasoline engines pollute the air. They burn oil, make smoke, and warm the planet. This isn't just bad for health, it's dangerous for all life on Earth. Musk saw that and decided to change it. So he helped create Tesla, a company that makes electric cars. At first, people laughed. They said electric cars were slow, boring, and impossible to sell. But Musk didn't listen to critics. He believed in the mission. He believed that clean energy could be cool, fast, and powerful. Today, Tesla isn't just a car company, it's a symbol of change. And now, big car companies are racing to catch up. But Musk didn't stop at Earth. He looked at the sky and asked another big question: what if something happens to our planet? Shouldn't humans have a second home? That question led him to SpaceX, a rocket company with one bold goal: to send people to Mars. Again, people said it was crazy. Space travel was only for governments. It was too risky, too expensive, too hard. But Musk believed in it. He studied rocket science, built a team of dreamers, and launched rocket after rocket. Today, SpaceX builds reusable rockets, sends astronauts to the space station, and is getting ready for deep space travel. The company is changing space forever and doing it faster and cheaper than ever before. Then there's the problem of internet access. In many parts of the world, people don't have a good connection. That means no education, no business opportunities, no chance to grow. Musk decided to change that too. Through Starlink, a project by SpaceX, thousands of small satellites are being placed in space to bring high-speed internet to every corner of the world, even the most remote villages. That means more children can study online. More people can start businesses. More voices can join the global conversation. One more big problem, one more big solution. Musk doesn't think in small steps. He thinks in leaps. While most people ask, "How do we make this year better?" he asks, "How do we make the next 100 years better?" That kind of long-term thinking is rare. It takes courage. It takes vision. And it takes a deep belief that the future is not something we wait for, it's something we build. Of course, solving big problems is not easy. There are failures. There are delays. There are critics. Musk's companies have faced lawsuits, financial struggles, and public doubt. But he keeps going. Why? Because the problems are worth solving. Climate change, space travel, human connection, energy storage, transportation. These are not cool tech ideas. These are the building blocks of a better world. And here's what makes it powerful: Musk makes money because he solves problems. He doesn't chase money, he chases missions. He builds companies that matter. And when you create real value, people support you. Governments invest. Customers buy. Employees join. Ideas spread. That's the secret: if you solve something truly hard, the world will reward you with attention, support, and yes, wealth. But here's the lesson for all of us: you don't need to build rockets to solve problems. You can start smaller, in your town, your school, your business, your life. Look around. What's broken? What needs help? What makes people frustrated or scared or tired? Those are problems waiting for someone brave enough to care. That someone could be you. You don't need to be a genius. You need to pay attention, ask questions, and take action. Musk shows us that the best way to succeed isn't to copy others, it's to care more. Care about the future. Care about the planet. Care about making things better. That kind of thinking is magnetic. It attracts talent, money, and energy. That's how you go from small ideas to big impact. When people say, "It's impossible," Musk hears, "Let's try." When they say, "It's too expensive," he asks, "What if we redesign it?" When they say, "It's too hard," he says, "Good, then no one else will do it." That mindset, that love for hard problems, is what sets him apart. So the next time you wonder how to succeed in a big way, don't look for shortcuts. Don't just ask how to make money fast. Ask, what problem can I solve? Because the world has enough products. It needs more solutions and more people willing to take on the hard work of building them. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the engine behind Musk's success. His insane focus and work ethic. Solving big problems is just one part. Staying laser-focused through chaos, that's the next piece of the puzzle. Don't miss it. Chapter 5, He Thinks Different. If you look at Elon Musk's life closely, one thing stands out: he does not think like most people. He doesn't follow the crowd. He doesn't play it safe. Where most people see a wall, he sees a door. Where most say, "That's impossible," he says, "Let's try." This mindset, this habit of thinking differently, has shaped every company he built, every risk he took, and every dream he chased. In fact, it's the secret weapon behind much of his success. Elon Musk doesn't just ask, "How can I make something better?" He asks, "What if we start over?" Let's go back to the early 2000s. At the time, the internet was growing fast. Most people were excited about emails, websites, and chat rooms. But Elon saw something else. He saw a big problem with how people paid online. It was slow. It was hard. It wasn't safe. So he helped create X.com, an online payment company. It later became PayPal, a service that changed the way the world buys, sells, and sends money. While banks were thinking about paperwork and branches, Elon was thinking about speed, security, and the power of the web. That was thinking different. Then came another impossible idea: electric cars. In the early 2000s, if you said you were building an electric car company, people would laugh. They'd say, electric cars are slow, ugly, and boring. But Elon believed the opposite. He saw a future where cars were clean, fast, and smart. He helped grow Tesla, not just as a car company, but as a clean energy movement. He thought, what if we made a car that updates like a smartphone? What if your home could charge your car using sunlight? What if driving electric could be cooler than driving gasoline? Again, he wasn't just improving the old way, he was imagining a new one. But perhaps his boldest and strangest idea came with SpaceX. Most people think space travel is for governments. It's too expensive, too risky, too complex. But Elon asked, why? Why should space be limited to a few people? Why throw away a rocket after one use? Why wait 20 years between space missions? He thought, what if rockets could land like planes? What if we could build them cheaper, faster, and better? Everyone else thought he was crazy. But now, SpaceX lands rockets almost every week. He did what NASA didn't because he thought differently. What's behind this thinking style? Elon asks first principles questions. Instead of accepting what everyone knows, he breaks problems into pieces. He asks, what is this really made of? Why do we do it this way? What would it cost if we started from scratch? This kind of thinking comes from physics, not business. And it's powerful. Most people design from tradition. Elon designs from truth. Another part of Elon's thinking is that he doesn't fear failure. While many people say, what if I fail? Elon says, what if we never try? He treats failure like feedback. Every rocket explosion, every delay at Tesla, every setback is a lesson. That mindset gives him freedom to experiment. He doesn't wait until things are perfect. He launches, learns, improves. That's how he moves so fast and how he often wins. And here's the amazing part: Elon's way of thinking isn't magic. It's not something you're born with. It's a habit you can build. It starts with asking better questions. Not, what do I already know, but what don't I know yet? Not, how do others do it, but is there a better way? If you can learn to challenge assumptions, to look deeper, to dream wider, you too can think different. Elon also surrounds himself with people who think big. He hires engineers, scientists, and designers who want to change the world, not just collect a paycheck. He pushes them hard, yes, but he also inspires them with bold goals. Whether it's building a tunnel under Los Angeles or connecting brains to computers, Musk believes if the idea is big enough, smart people will rise to the challenge. And they do. In a world full of copies, Musk is an original. That's rare. That's valuable. And that's what people admire, not just the money or the fame, but the courage to imagine things that don't exist yet. To say, let's go to Mars, and actually mean it. To say, let's fix traffic, and start digging tunnels. To say, let's give the world clean energy, and start making solar roofs. That's not just business, that's visionary thinking. So what can we learn from this? You don't need to be a rocket scientist to think different. But you do need to stop accepting limits. You need to challenge the rules. Ask, why? Ask, what if? Be curious. Be bold. Think like a beginner, not an expert. Experts often say no. Beginners ask, why not? Elon Musk built his fortune not by following others, but by thinking differently. He looked at old problems with new eyes. He saw opportunities where others saw risk. He said yes when the world said no. That's not easy, but it's powerful. In the next chapter, we'll explore something just as important: how Elon Musk works. It's not enough to have big ideas. You have to take big action. Elon's work ethic is legendary, and it might be the engine behind all his success. Don't miss it. Chapter 6: He works harder than most. One of the most talked about things about Elon Musk is how hard he works. If you ask people what it takes to be successful, many will say, work smart, not hard. But Elon's story shows that sometimes, working harder than most is exactly what you need to do. Elon Musk is famous for working between 80 and 100 hours a week. That's more than double a normal full-time job. While many people enjoy weekends, family dinners, or time off, Elon is often still at his desk, in a factory, or on a rocket launch pad, pushing forward. This intense work ethic is not because he loves working non-stop or because it's easy. It's because he knows that greatness requires sacrifice. When Elon started Tesla and SpaceX, he didn't have the luxury of a calm, steady routine. Instead, he juggled multiple companies, solved big technical problems, and managed countless challenges all at once. Some weeks, he would sleep on the factory floor or in his office. Why? Because he understood something many don't: success is not about working 9 to 5, it's about pushing when others stop. He believed that if he gave up time, energy, and even some sleep, he could build something no one else could. And in many moments, he did. Working so many hours isn't easy. It takes discipline, focus, and a strong why. For Elon, his why is his big vision, from making humanity multiplanetary to accelerating the world's transition to clean energy. This vision keeps him going when things get tough. When rockets fail, or factories don't meet targets, or the media doubts him, Elon doesn't stop. He doubles down. That level of dedication is rare because it's painful. It means missing family time, missing vacations, and facing stress every day. But Elon accepts this price willingly because he knows what is at stake. Some people think working long hours just means being busy, but Elon's work is different. It's not about being busy for the sake of it. It's about solving the biggest problems. He spends his time focusing on engineering, design, and leadership. He talks directly with engineers about rocket parts. He reviews Tesla's production line details. He plans big launches. This kind of deep involvement means his work is meaningful, not just hours on a clock. But working hard alone is not enough. Elon also works smart in how he manages his time. He splits his day into 5-minute blocks, carefully planning meetings, calls, and tasks. This level of organization helps him squeeze the most out of every minute. He's known for multitasking and switching quickly between companies, ideas, and challenges without losing focus. It's a skill that grows with practice and necessity. Of course, Elon is human. Even with his famous work hours, he faces burnout and exhaustion. He's been open about moments of doubt and intense pressure. Sometimes, he worked so much that his health suffered. Yet, he always found a way to recover and push on. That shows something important. Working hard isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up even when it's tough. For many people, the idea of working 80 to 100 hours a week sounds impossible or even unhealthy. And it is hard, no doubt. But Elon's example teaches us about the power of commitment. Sometimes, to achieve a big dream, you have to put in more effort than everyone else. You have to be willing to go the extra mile, stay late, and keep learning. You have to work when others rest. It's not glamorous, and it's not easy, but it can make a difference. This level of effort also changes how others see you. When people see that you work harder than most, they respect your dedication. It builds trust. Investors trust Elon because he's willing to sweat alongside his teams. Employees trust him because they see he's not asking them to do anything he wouldn't do himself. Customers trust him because he delivers. Working hard is a way to build credibility and momentum, and Elon knows that well. But there is a balance to find, too. Elon has said that sometimes, work takes over life too much. There is a risk of losing friendships, family moments, or health if you work without rest. Still, for him, the goal justifies the sacrifice. He's willing to pay the price for a chance to change the world. What about you? You might not be ready to work 100 hours a week, and that's okay. But Elon's story asks us to reflect. How much effort are we willing to give to our dreams? Are we ready to push harder when others stop? Are we ready to sacrifice small comforts for a big goal? Sometimes, the difference between average and extraordinary is simply how much effort you put in every day. In the next chapter, we will explore how Elon combines his hard work with smart thinking, constant learning, and fearless risk-taking. Because working hard alone doesn't guarantee success, it must be paired with the right mindset and actions. Stay tuned to see how Elon's unique approach turns hours of effort into real results. Chapter 7: He fails fast and tries again. One of the most important lessons from Elon Musk's journey is his attitude toward failure. Unlike many people who fear failure or see it as the end, Elon views failure as a necessary step toward success. This mindset is especially clear in the story of SpaceX and Tesla, two of his most famous companies. When Elon started SpaceX, his goal was ambitious and risky: to build rockets that could carry people to space and eventually Mars. But the early days were filled with setbacks. Rockets exploded on the launch pad or failed to reach orbit. These were not small problems, they were huge public failures that could have ended everything. Imagine spending millions of dollars and years of hard work, only to see your rocket blow up. Many would give up, but Elon didn't. Instead, he learned from each failure, quickly analyzing what went wrong and using that knowledge to improve the next rocket. This fail-fast approach meant he didn't waste time being afraid of mistakes. He treated every failure as a lesson and an opportunity to get better. Tesla's story is similar. The company nearly went bankrupt several times. Building electric cars was not easy. The technology was new, the market was uncertain, and the costs were high. At one point, Tesla was just weeks away from closing its doors. But Elon refused to give up. He pushed his team to innovate faster, find better solutions, and keep moving forward. Sometimes, he even put his own money into the company to save it. The early Tesla cars had problems: two batteries that overheated, production delays, and negative media attention. Each problem was a failure of sorts, but instead of letting those failures stop him, Elon saw them as part of the journey. He improved the technology, improved the factory, and improved the customer experience. Over time, Tesla grew from a struggling startup into one of the most valuable car companies in the world. Elon's ability to embrace failure is not just about accepting mistakes, it's about acting quickly to fix them. He believes that failing fast is better than waiting too long and losing more time and money. This means when something goes wrong, he wants to find out why immediately and try again as soon as possible. In the fast-moving tech world, speed is crucial. Waiting too long to fix a problem can be fatal to a business. Elon's teams often run multiple tests and experiments to fail early and learn early, which keeps progress moving forward. This approach also encourages a culture where employees are not scared to take risks or try new ideas, because they know that mistakes are part of learning and growth. Elon's story shows that failure is not something to be ashamed of or avoided at all costs. Instead, failure can be a powerful teacher. When you fail, you get real information about what doesn't work. This knowledge helps you find a better way. Elon often says, if things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. This means that to do something truly new and important, you have to take risks and accept the possibility of failure. Playing it safe might keep you comfortable, but it rarely leads to breakthrough success. Elon's willingness to risk failure is one reason why his companies are pushing the boundaries in fields like space travel and electric vehicles. At the same time, Elon's resilience, his ability to keep going after failure, is what sets him apart. Many people can accept failure, but few can face it repeatedly and still keep working hard. For Elon, each failure strengthened his determination. Instead of breaking his spirit, failure built his experience and confidence. He learned to analyze problems logically, adapt quickly, and stay focused on the big picture. Failure became a tool for improvement rather than a reason to stop. This mindset can inspire anyone facing challenges, showing that setbacks are temporary and can lead to better outcomes if you keep trying. Another key part of Elon's success is his personal involvement in the problem-solving process. He doesn't just leave failures to his team, he jumps in himself to understand what went wrong. Whether it's a rocket engine design or a car production issue, Elon studies the details and asks tough questions. This hands-on approach helps him find solutions faster and motivates his teams to do their best. It also shows his leadership style, leading by example and never giving up. The public nature of Elon's failures is also remarkable. Unlike many business leaders who keep problems hidden, Elon's failures are often public and widely reported. This transparency can be risky, but it also builds trust. People respect that he is honest about setbacks and willing to share the truth. It makes his eventual successes feel even more real and earned. For anyone who dreams of success, Elon Musk's story teaches a powerful lesson: don't fear failure, use it. Fail fast, learn fast, and try again. Success is not a straight line but a path filled with mistakes, adjustments, and new attempts. Elon's ability to keep moving forward after failures is a major reason why he has achieved so much. It's a reminder that great achievements often come to those who refuse to stop, even when the road is difficult. In the next chapter, we will explore how Elon's vision and willingness to take risks drive his innovations, showing that failure is just one step on a much larger journey toward the future. Chapter 8: He Takes Big Risks. One of the defining features of Elon Musk's journey to success is his willingness to take enormous risks that many people would never dare to take. Unlike the typical path where wealthy people protect their money carefully, Elon chose a very different way. When Tesla and SpaceX were both struggling, he did not sit back or wait for things to get better. Instead, he sold almost everything he had, his houses, his investments, even his savings, to put every dollar he could into these companies. This decision was not just a financial move, it was a powerful act of belief and commitment to his dreams. Imagine what it must feel like to put everything you own on the line. For many, the idea of losing their home or all their savings is terrifying. But for Elon, the fear of failure was outweighed by his strong belief in the future he wanted to build. He did not just want to make money, he wanted to change the world. Whether it was making electric cars mainstream with Tesla or building rockets to reach Mars with SpaceX, Elon saw these projects as more than businesses, they were missions with huge impact. This sense of purpose gave him the courage to risk so much. At the time, both Tesla and SpaceX were in serious danger. Tesla was burning through cash and struggling to produce its first cars. SpaceX had failed several rocket launches and faced skepticism from experts and investors. Many people advised Elon to quit, to save what he had left and try something safer. But Elon refused. Instead, he doubled down. He sold his home, even moved into a small, simple rental house to save money, and poured the rest into funding his companies. He believed that if he gave up now, everything he worked for would be lost forever. This decision showed a kind of boldness and confidence that is rare. It also showed Elon's mindset. He did not see money as an end goal but as a tool. A tool to make his big ideas happen. Unlike most rich people who protect their wealth to avoid risk, Elon bet his entire fortune on his vision. He understood that building something truly revolutionary requires risking comfort and security. Without these big bets, Tesla might never have survived to become the company it is today, and SpaceX might never have launched a successful rocket. Elon's willingness to risk everything also meant he was fully invested in his projects emotionally and mentally. When you put your last dollar into something, failure is not an option, you must find a way to succeed. This pressure pushed Elon to work harder, think smarter, and never give up. It made every decision critical, every problem urgent. This level of commitment is what separates great innovators from the rest. While many people might give up when the stakes are high, Elon used those high stakes as fuel to keep going. Taking such risks also means accepting uncertainty. When you sell everything to save your company, you have no backup plan. This uncertainty can be scary, but for Elon, it was part of the journey. He learned to be comfortable with not knowing exactly what would happen next. Instead of fearing the unknown, he focused on controlling what he could, working hard, making smart choices, and pushing innovation. This ability to face uncertainty with courage and determination helped him navigate some of the toughest times in his career. Elon's story of risking everything teaches an important lesson. To achieve something truly great, sometimes you must be willing to lose what you have now for what you want to build in the future. It's a lesson about sacrifice, belief, and vision. Most people want success without risk, but Elon's path shows that risk is often the price of transformation. By betting everything on his dreams, he showed that success is not just about how much money you have. It's about how much you believe in what you are doing. This kind of risk-taking is not for everyone, and it's important to be thoughtful about it. Elon's risks were calculated and tied to a clear vision. He didn't just gamble blindly, he studied, planned, and worked hard to make sure his bets had the best chance to pay off. His background in physics, engineering, and business helped him understand the challenges and opportunities, making his risks informed rather than reckless. This balance between boldness and intelligence is key to his success. Moreover, Elon's risks had a ripple effect beyond himself. By investing so heavily in Tesla and SpaceX, he showed the world that clean energy and space exploration could be profitable and important. His actions encouraged other investors, companies, and governments to support similar innovations. His big bets changed entire industries and inspired millions to think bigger. In conclusion, Elon Musk's story of taking big risks teaches us that sometimes, to create a better future, we must be ready to give up what we have now. His courage to sell everything and bet on his dreams shows that belief and commitment can move mountains. It also reminds us that success is not about avoiding failure or playing safe, it's about having the boldness to take risks for something bigger than ourselves. If you want to learn how Elon's risks turned into incredible rewards and what lessons you can take for your own life, keep watching. The next chapter will explore how Elon manages time and work to keep pushing his dreams forward even when the odds are against him. Chapter 9: He Builds the Future. Elon Musk's vision stretches far beyond the present moment. While many people focus on short-term goals or immediate profits, Elon is building not just for today, he is building for the future, for the world of 2050 and beyond. His projects are not simple businesses, they are bold steps toward a new way of living, working, and surviving on this planet and even beyond it. This vision is what makes him different. It's what draws people to follow him, invest in his ideas, and believe that the future can be better because of the work he is doing. Take artificial intelligence, AI, for example. Elon understands that AI will change everything: how we work, how we think, how we interact. But instead of fearing AI, he wants to guide its development responsibly. He founded companies like OpenAI to promote safe and ethical uses of AI, believing that if managed well, AI can be one of humanity's greatest tools. His interest in AI is not just about technology. It's about shaping the future in a way that benefits all people. Then there are robots, not just simple machines but smart, helpful robots that can assist humans in many areas of life. Elon's work in robotics connects with his interest in AI and automation, aiming to create systems that make life easier and more efficient. These robots can work in factories, help with dangerous tasks, or even assist in homes. Building robots is part of Elon's larger goal to push the limits of what technology can do and open new possibilities for human progress. One of Elon's most famous projects, Tesla, is also deeply connected to the future. Tesla's electric cars are not just vehicles, they represent a clean energy future, a move away from fossil fuels that harm the planet. Tesla's self-driving technology pushes this vision even further. Autonomous cars that drive themselves could reduce accidents, save time, and change how cities and transportation work. Elon's belief is that the future of transportation is electric, smart, and sustainable, and Tesla is leading that change. Clean energy is a core part of Elon's future building mission. Through Tesla's solar energy products and battery storage solutions, Elon is working to transform how people generate and use energy. The goal is simple but powerful: to create a world where energy is renewable, abundant, and affordable for everyone. This shift is essential to fight climate change and protect the planet for future generations. Elon's clean energy efforts show his commitment not just to profit but to making the world a better place. But Elon's vision doesn't stop on Earth. SpaceX, his private space exploration company, represents the most ambitious part of his future building, making humanity a multiplanetary species. Musk believes that life on other planets is essential for the long-term survival of humans. He dreams of building colonies on Mars, creating a new home for people far beyond Earth. This idea might sound like science fiction to some, but Elon treats it as a real, urgent mission. He invests heavily, works tirelessly, and constantly pushes the boundaries of space technology to turn this dream into reality. The reason people follow Elon and invest in his companies is not just because he talks about the future, it's because he actually builds it. His work inspires hope that big problems can be solved and that the world can be better. People see that Elon's companies don't just create products, they create possibilities. From electric cars to rockets, from solar panels to neural interfaces, every project is a piece of a larger puzzle to create a future that is cleaner, smarter, and more advanced. This future-building mindset also means Elon thinks long-term. He is not interested in quick wins or short-term gains. Instead, he focuses on projects that may take years or decades to fully succeed but will have a huge impact when they do. This patient vision requires a unique kind of leadership, one that balances innovation, risk, and persistence over time. Elon's ability to keep this long view, even when facing challenges and critics, is a major part of why he has been able to build companies that truly change the world. Moreover, Elon's future vision challenges us all to think bigger about what is possible. In a world often focused on problems and limits, he offers a hopeful perspective that technology and human creativity can overcome obstacles, improve lives, and open new frontiers. His story encourages entrepreneurs, scientists, and dreamers to aim high and believe that the future is theirs to shape. For those watching this video, the lesson is clear: building the future requires not only ideas but action, courage, and patience. Elon Musk's journey teaches us that progress is made step by step, often over many years, with persistence and a clear vision. If you want to be part of building the future, whether in technology, business, or your own life, the path is to think boldly, work hard, and never lose sight of what could be possible. Keep watching to discover more about Elon's unique mindset and habits that help him keep building, learning, and leading into the future. The next chapter will dive into how Elon manages his time and energy to keep driving these amazing projects forward even when the challenges are enormous. Chapter 10: What can you do? When people hear about Elon Musk's incredible wealth and groundbreaking achievements, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or even discouraged. After all, he is one of the richest people in the world, with billions of dollars and access to some of the brightest minds and most advanced technologies. But the truth is, you don't need billions of dollars to start making a difference or to build your own path to success. What Elon shows us is that the real key is not just money, it's vision, action, and courage. These are qualities that anyone can develop, no matter where they come from or what resources they currently have. This chapter is about what you, yes you, can do to start your own journey toward success and fulfillment. First, let's talk about vision. Elon Musk's story began not with a bank account full of money but with big ideas and a clear vision of what he wanted to create. Vision means having a picture in your mind of a better future. For yourself, your community, or even the whole world. It's about dreaming big and imagining what is possible, even if it seems far away or difficult. But vision alone is not enough. You have to believe in your dreams enough to take the first step. The moment you decide what you want to achieve, you open the door to countless opportunities. So, take a moment and ask yourself, what is your vision? What problem do you want to solve? What change do you want to make? It doesn't have to be as grand as colonizing Mars, even small goals can grow into something amazing if you start. Second, comes action. Vision without action is just a wish. Elon Musk didn't wait for perfect conditions or unlimited money. He started building companies, making prototypes, and learning from every mistake. He worked hard, took risks, and kept going even when things were tough. This is the most important lesson for anyone wanting to succeed: you have to start. You can begin with small steps, little projects, or simple daily habits. For example, if you want to learn a new skill, dedicate just 10 minutes a day to practice. If you want to start a business, research your market or write a simple plan. Every small action builds momentum, and over time, these steps add up to big progress. Don't wait for the right moment, start now, with whatever you have. Third, the quality that truly sets Elon apart is courage. Courage is not the absence of fear but the decision to act despite fear. It means facing uncertainty, criticism, and failure with determination. Elon took enormous risks, selling his possessions to save his companies, investing his own money when others doubted him, and pursuing ideas that seemed impossible. You don't need to bet your whole fortune, but you do need to be willing to step outside your comfort zone. Whether it's speaking up with your ideas, applying for a new job, or trying something new, courage helps you move forward when doubts or obstacles appear. Remember, every successful person has failed many times, the difference is they didn't give up. Alongside vision, action, and courage, it's essential to keep learning. Elon Musk reads books, studies new subjects, asks questions, and learns from experts. This hunger for knowledge helped him understand complex problems and come up with innovative solutions. You can adopt the same mindset. Learning doesn't stop when you leave school, it's a lifelong process. Read books, watch videos, listen to podcasts, or take online courses. The more you know, the better prepared you are to solve problems and seize opportunities. And learning is not only about facts. It's about understanding yourself, developing skills, and growing your confidence. Another important idea to remember is the value of solving problems. Elon's success comes from focusing on real problems that affect many people: pollution, space travel, internet access. When you look around your own life or community, what problems do you see? What annoys you? What could be better? Instead of waiting for others to fix things, try to find ways you can contribute. Even small solutions can have big impacts over time. When you focus on helping others and creating value, you open the door to new ideas, friendships, and opportunities. Finally, remember that success is a journey, not a destination. Elon Musk's story is still unfolding. He doesn't claim to have all the answers or to have made it. He keeps pushing, learning, and building every day. You too can approach your goals as a continuous adventure. One where each day offers a chance to improve, try again, and move closer to your dreams. Celebrate small wins and learn from setbacks. Surround yourself with people who support you and inspire you to grow. And most importantly, believe that your story is worth telling. So, what can you do right now? Start by imagining your vision. Write down one goal you want to achieve. Break it into small steps. Take one action today. It could be reading an article, writing an idea, or reaching out to someone. Be brave enough to try, and remember that every big achievement starts with just one step. You don't need to be Elon Musk to change your life or the world around you. You only need to start. In the end, Elon Musk's journey teaches us a powerful lesson: wealth and success come not just from money but from the mindset to dream, do, and dare. By developing vision, taking action, showing courage, learning continuously, and focusing on problems that matter, you can build your own path to success. Your future is waiting. Take the first step today. Think big. Start small. Never stop. As we come to the end of this journey through Elon Musk's story and the lessons we can learn from him, it's important to pause and reflect on what really matters. Elon Musk is famous for his incredible achievements: rockets that reach space, electric cars that change the way we drive, bold ideas about the future of humanity. But behind all these amazing successes is a simple, powerful message: think big. Start small. Never stop. These three ideas can guide anyone, no matter their background or dreams, to create something meaningful and grow in their own way. Thinking big means allowing yourself to dream without limits. Elon Musk imagined colonies on Mars when many people thought it was impossible. He dreamed of a future powered by clean energy and accessible internet for everyone on Earth. His vision was grand, and that vision inspired him and others to work towards it every day. But here's the truth. Thinking big is not just for billionaires or famous inventors. It's for you too. You can dream of a better life, a better career, or a better community. Big dreams give us direction and energy. They open our minds to possibilities we never considered before. So don't be afraid to imagine something great. Let your mind wander freely and paint a picture of what you want your life to be. However, big dreams alone aren't enough. This is where the second part, starting small, becomes crucial. Elon Musk didn't build Tesla or SpaceX overnight. Every great achievement began with a tiny step. He started with learning, experimenting, failing, and trying again. This teaches us that no matter how big your dream, you need to begin somewhere. Maybe it's learning a new skill, writing your first idea, or simply deciding to try. Starting small helps you build confidence and momentum. It breaks overwhelming goals into manageable pieces. Instead of waiting for perfect conditions or all the answers, start where you are with what you have. Each small step moves you forward, and over time, these steps add up to remarkable progress. And finally, the most important lesson is to never stop. Elon Musk's journey wasn't easy. He faced failures, criticism, and doubts from others and sometimes from himself. But he kept going. He learned from mistakes, adapted, and pushed forward with persistence. This kind of perseverance is what turns dreams into reality. When you face challenges, remind yourself why you started. Keep your vision alive. Celebrate your progress, even if it feels small. Remember that success is not a straight path but a journey full of ups and downs. The key is to keep moving, to keep learning, and to never give up on what matters to you. You may not become the next Elon Musk, and that's okay. Because what truly matters is becoming the best version of yourself. Your own story, your own journey, and your own achievements are powerful and unique. The courage to think big, the discipline to start small, and the heart to never stop, these qualities will help you build a life full of purpose and impact. When you believe in yourself and take consistent steps forward, you unlock your own kind of power. So, as you finish watching this video and think about your own dreams and goals, remember this: every great journey begins with a single step. Dream without limits, start with what you can today, and never stop growing. Your future is waiting, and it's full of possibilities. You have the power to shape it, one step at a time. Thank you for watching, and remember, your story is just beginning.